Have the SFA and the SPFL robbed Partick Thistle, or should they just take it on the chin? Welcome back, guys, to Son of Scotland TV. Today, no Scotland national team news, no Hearts news, but I do want to talk about Partick Thistle and the fact that their replay request for the Scottish League Cup game against Motherwell has been denied. So, for those of you that do not know, Motherwell were taking on Partick Thistle in the Scottish League Cup. It was the last game of the group stage. Partick Thistle needed to win to defeat Motherwell and go through in the group. In the end, they didn't. They drew 0-0 and they finished second in their group. However, they wanted to bring on Rico Diak as a substitute with about 15 minutes to go, and they were denied the ability to do that because apparently the striker was not down on the new system. So I believe the officials have like a list of players that are eligible to play. So they have the starting 11 and they have the sub bench, and Rico Diak was not on the sub bench. However, he was eligible to play, but the officials did not know. Now, Motherwell were being listed as having, I believe, 11 outfield players and 9 subs, but on the same document, it only said Partick Thistle had 11 outfield players and 8 subs. So on the document, on the system that they were using for this game, Rico Diak was missing from it. So therefore he was told he wasn't allowed to come on. But he was actually on it, just not on the version. I believe they take screenshots. So the referee had a screenshot. The officials had a screenshot of the available team that could play. Now, I think maybe what has happened here is that somebody has zoomed in on the screenshot and they've missed out the last substitute, and therefore they didn't realise this guy was actually down and eligible to play. But this is, quite frankly, a fucking shit show. And why should Partick Thistle, why should they pay the consequences? I get it. Look, this guy, Rico Diak, he might not have made a difference. But on the other hand, he could have made a difference. Him coming on could have gave Partick Thistle that goal they needed that would have got them into the next round. And when you look at players over the years that have been fielded by their clubs that were not eligible, we've seen that result in a 3-0 defeat, regardless of how many players, who the player was, if he contributed, how many minutes he played. We have seen in the past that if you field an eligible player, then you have a 3-0 defeat coming your way. So it's only fair that I believe Partick Thistle get something from this. If you're going to get a 3-0 defeat for fielding an ineligible player, then surely you should get some sort of reward if you've been punished by not being allowed to field an eligible player. So this stinks to me, man. I just do not agree with it whatsoever. Now, they did make a statement. We're not going to read through the whole thing, but the SPFL have denied their replay request, and the Scottish FA have apologised to the club. Now, Partick Thistle, they did release a big statement saying that they are looking into this. They're going to be demanding answers. For me, they should be demanding answers. I think if a bigger club was possibly involved here, maybe they would get the answers that they want. But it's just not right, okay? They were denied the option to play in field and bring on this eligible player for no reason. And the SPFL said it was human error, but here's the deal. It was an official human error, so why should Partick Thistle be punished for that? They're trying to say, well, it's not a big deal, it's human error, there's nothing we could... Yeah, it's a human error, but Partick Thistle are not the ones who've made that human error. It's on the officials. They're the ones that have made the error. Why should Partick Thistle be punished for that? And I get it, I don't think Motherwell should be punished. Is it fair that Motherwell need to replay the game that they managed not to lose in order to qualify? It's not. But either way, someone is going to get screwed here, and I believe Partick Thistle have been screwed. Now, I think the fair way to make this up to Thistle, if they can't replay the game, and while I think Partick Thistle deserve the option and the ability to replay it, I also do think that would be harsh on Motherwell. I don't think it'd be fair on Motherwell, who managed to not lose the game. Could you imagine if they replayed this and Motherwell lost, and the player that they tried to bring on, imagine they didn't even play him and he had like no impact? So you can see it both ways, but for me, Partick Thistle should be compensated here. They should get some form of money. I would personally give them the same amount of money as Motherwell. So I think whatever Motherwell make, however far Motherwell get, whatever money Motherwell receive in gate receipts, I think that the SPFL or the SFA, or maybe a combination of them both, should fork up the money and should pay out Partick Thistle. Because we've seen, it was like 2 seasons ago, Inverness, Caledonia, Thistle, I can't remember, I think it was, did they lose to Alloa? I think they lost to Alloa, and then Alloa had fielded an ineligible player, and they got a 3-0 defeat, and then Inverness went on to get to the final. They got to the final against Celtic, so there's no saying how far you could go in these cups, and Partick Thistle have been denied that chance by not their player not being allowed to be brought on. So they should definitely get something. The game's not happening, but they should definitely be rewarded then financially. And I think whatever Motherwell make out of this competition, then the SFA, the SPFL, whatever governing body should then put their hands in their pockets and pay out Partick Thistle, because something needs to be done about this. It's not right. It's not right. I don't think that Motherwell deserve to need to replay the tie again, but Partick Thistle definitely did get robbed, and they should be made up to them for somehow. I don't know how. I think the best way could be just to give them the money or whatever. But I mean, I don't think there's an ideal situation. The ideal situation is this doesn't happen. That's probably the best way to prevent shit like this. Make sure it doesn't happen in the first place. That's the best solution. But yeah, it sucks. It absolutely sucks. So just wanted to make that video. Yeah, I think that Partick Thistle have been, if they don't get some sort of financial package for this, some sort of payout, some reward, then they've been robbed. They've been absolutely robbed here. And like I said, if you're the team and you field the ineligible player, you get a 3-0 loss straight away. So why should the officials be able to deny you from fielding an eligible player and you get no sort of compensation for that? Makes no sense to me. Anyway, guys, let me know your thoughts down below and I'll catch you in the next one. Till then, peace.